Lily was born to Mr. and Mrs. Evans, two muggles of the Evans family, on 30 January 1916. Lily was beautiful. She had light skin, thick dark red hair that fell to her shoulders, and bright green eyes. Her family lived in Hogwarts in England. She had an older sister named Petunia, whom she was quite close to. At the age of 9, Lily became friends with Severus Snape, who lived down in Spinners End, which was within walking distance of the Evans house. However, her family was apparently better off, since Petunia sneered at Snape for coming from the poverty-stricken neighborhood. Severus was the first person to tell Lily that she was a witch, and he went on to teach Lily a great deal about the Weasley world, while the two eagerly awaited the time when they could attend Hogwarts School of Witchcraft in Weasley together. Lily's magical abilities and friendship with Severus caused problems between the Evans sisters, and vying her sister's abilities. Petunia wrote to Dumbledore asking if she could attend Hogwarts with Lily. However, the headmaster kindly refused her petition. The letter was later found by Lily and Severus. At the age of 11, Lily bought her wand from Ollivanders in Diagon Alley. The wand was 10 1/4 inches. Shortly before her departure to Hogwarts, Lily and Petunia argued about magic again. Her sister called her a freak for possessing the power and said it was better that she went to that school so normal people would be safe. "I'm not a freak, that's a horrible thing to say. That's where you're going, a special school for freaks." At the age of 11, Lily started attending Hogwarts School of Witchcraft in Weasley, where she was sorted into Gryffindor House. She became quite skilled at potions, attracting the attention of Professor Hollow Slughorn, who made her a member of his Slug Club for the student that he considered talented and possibly successful in the future. In her 5th year, Lily stooped after her best friend Severus Snape when he was being bullied by James Potter. Lily attempted to stop his bullying, addressing James only by his surname in this moment. It is implied that such bullying had happened more than once. However, Snape lashed out at her in his humiliation, calling her a filthy mudblood. He then begged for Lily's forgiveness, but she asked him if he still intended to join the Death Eaters. When he didn't deny this, Lily realized that Snape did not understand what was wrong with the Death Eaters. This led to a parting of ways between Lily and Snape, as the former had already become dismayed by Snape's fascination with the dark arts and friendship with his Slytherin housemates. By Lily's 5th year, James had developed a crush on her, but she didn't like it, calling him an arrogant because he bullied other students, particularly her former best friend. James' best friend Sirius Black later commented that James couldn't resist showing off and making a fool of himself whenever she was around, while she didn't approve his bullying. During this 7th year, James matured somewhat, proving himself to be responsible and brave. However, it is implied that he still had a desire to bully Snape, but he was willing to stop actually doing it for Lily's sake. This led to her agreeing to go out with him, gaining affection for him in the process. Due to their academic achievements, skill and responsibility, the young couple eventually were chosen to be hit boy and hit girl. In late 1977, Lily and James had a disastrous first meeting with Petunia and her fiancé Vernon Dursley, which probably took place over Christmas break. The evening ended up with both Vernon and Petunia storming out of the restaurant, and Lily bursting into tears, with an ashamed James promising he would apologize and make it up, which due to his and Lily's untimely death never happened. Petunia was married by the end of 1977. Though Lily and James were invited to the wedding, her sister refused to have Lily as a bridesmaid, upsetting her deeply. At the reception, Vernon wouldn't talk to James, but described him as some magical within his earshot. Sometime after graduating from Hogwarts, Lily and James married. The wedding took place sometime between the summer of 1978 and 1979, with Sirius serving as James' best man. Petunia and Vernon refused to attend the wedding, and Lily had a little contact with her sister from that point on. Living off James' family fortune, the Potters became full-time members of the Order of Phoenix, an organization dedicated to fighting Lord Voldemort and his Death Eaters, along with their friends Sirius, Remus Lupin and Peter Pettigrew during the war. Lily became pregnant in the summer of 1979. Around the same time, Sybil Trelawney made a prophecy in front of Albus Dumbledore, predicting the one with the power to vanquish the Dark Lord approaches born to those who have tried to fight him. The first part of the prophecy was overheard by Lily's ex-friend Snape, who had since become a Death Eater. He loyally reported what he had heard to his master, but became horrified when Voldemort came to believe that Lily's son was the subject of the prophecy. It was the threat to Lily that led Snape to change sides, warning Dumbledore of the Dark Lord's plans and vowing to do anything to keep the woman he still loved safe. It was Snape's continuing devotion to Lily that made Dumbledore certain of his double agent's true loyalties. The Potters went into hiding while Lily was still pregnant. Their son Harry James Potter was born on 31 July 1918. Due to the danger they were in, Lily and James chose to keep Harry's Christensen a very hurried, quiet affair, with Sirius as the only guest. The couple also chose Sirius to be their son godfather. Lily sent a birth announcement to Petunia. It was to be the last piece of information she ever sent her sister, though Petunia would later send Lily a vase for that Christmas. In a letter to Sirius dated around Harry's first birthday in July 1981, Lily mentioned that the family had a pet cat and relayed the story about Harry flying on the toy broomstick Sirius had given him as a birthday present. The Fidelius charm was placed on their home in Godric's Hollow. The Sacred Keeper, Peter, was chosen as a least likely target for the Death Eaters than Sirius, but he betrayed the Potters by telling Voldemort of their location a week later. On 31 October 1981, Voldemort entered their home. James told Lily to take Harry and leave, although he and his wife were Weasleys, and thus couldn't defend themselves. James was murdered before Lily and Harry could escape the cottage, trapping mother and son in Harry's room. Voldemort honoring Snape's request to spare her life, offering Lily a chance to step aside. However, she refused to stop shielding her son, so Voldemort murdered her. Because Lily's death was a pure loving sacrifice, she intended to die and wasn't hoping to save herself, despite having the choice to. Harry was marked with the protection of her love, and Voldemort's killing curse rebounded off the 1-year-old. The rebounded curse destroyed the Dark Lord's body and permanently defeated him. Thus Harry became known as the boy who lived, and his fate was sealed. After Lily and James were murdered, Petunia was the one to arrange the funeral, as James had no family left. Afterward, she cared for her sister's only child. However, his mother's death wouldn't be the last Harry would see of her. During his first year at Hogwarts, he happened to stumble upon the Mirror of Erised. In this mirror, he saw his parents for the first time. Also, at the end of Harry's first year, Hagrid gave him a photo album filled with pictures of his family and of himself as a child. In his third year, whenever he encountered a Dementor, he was forced to relive his parents' death, especially Lily's. During Harry's duel with Voldemort in his fourth year, Harry saw shades of his mother and father, and others whom Voldemort had murdered came out of Voldemort's wand, encouraging Harry and distracting Voldemort so the younger wizard could escape from the graveyard. Harry temporarily brings back his family and friends with the Resurrection Stone. Finally, during the Battle of Hogwarts, when Harry believed himself to be walking to his own death, he used the Resurrection Stone to bring back the spirit of Lily, James Potter, Sirius, and Remus. Both James and Lily told Harry that they were so very proud of him for his outstanding courage and strength that they would stay with him until the very end. Harry described their very presence as his courage, the reason he was able to keep putting one foot in front of the other, with Lily smiling at him. Many years after Lily died, her son married Ginny Weasley and fathered 3 children. Harry's only daughter, Lily Luna Potter, was named in memory of her paternal grandmother.